Hello, this is John Frederickson. We are here in New Jersey with a repeat offender, Crazy Ivan. He is. Did you talk to your parole officer today, or what is going on today?
Yeah, we got permission, but we might be a little over time. I just stole this phone, so not
All
too
right,
for sure.
all right. Well, I'll try to make it quick then. I know your time is very valuable. What have you been up to today here? What are you doing here today?
Okay, today at East Coast Professional Wrestling, I got the furlough to train a couple of the guys. I've been training here since 1996, so a good 24 years. The building been here 25 years. Pretty much that's it, working up and down the East Coast area, from New York City, Binghamton, all types, to North Carolina. Work for, lucky enough to be blessed and work for a whole bunch of different companies that let me do, all different, I did two characters. So, this one is the repeat offender Crazy Ivan. And I used to do back in the day when things were a little bit more flexible with attitude era would be Skinhead Ivan.
All right.
So, so a lot of different stuffs.
Get a reaction for sure.
Yeah, good reaction or bad reaction is a reaction.
And where were you originally trained?
Here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, here, trained here, but, I went to Iron Mike Sharp School down in Asbury Park, went to Larry Sharp School down in South Jersey. I went to Tom Rinka School. So I went different places to get to know different people, promoters, network. Back then was no videos, computers, and all that. Back then was, car and, word of mouth handshake.
All right. And how has the scene changed around here since then?
Computers, no handshake.
For sure. It's definitely easy to get in contact with people and everything, and get video with the technology and everything. Now, what are some of your favorite memories from your wrestling career?
Winning the Jersey All-Pro Television Championship in the ECW arena, like right after ECW left.
All right.
So, we were the first company to go there. I won that belt. I worked Lathon and Dr. Hertz. They beat the shit out of me. I was a bloody mess. But that day, at that time, pure white prevailed at that time.
And what are some of your current goals moving forward right now?
I would say to stand against the ring of the people that I pretty much came up with that, been all over the world and stuff like that, or they're, super marquee in a way that would be cool to me. Always better matches, bigger crowds. That's going to be for everybody. I love to chase somebody that can make me work hard.
Awesome. And let's see, what's you're a trainer here at the school at East Coast.
Yeah, I help.
East Coast, you help.
East Coast Professional Wrestling. I help. I was trained by Gino Caruso and the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. So all my, brawling style and, old school stiff heart, that's all him too. Totally different now. Back then, hit a kid now, he's ready to, sue you. Back then, you would, appreciate what you're learning in a harsh manner.
All right. Quite a different style and everything, or a lot more respect, or I don't know what you'd say. I guess you would.
It's just different. Gino's a shooter. He knows the Greco-Roman style. There's other people that gave attribute to, the charismatic and the magic and the mystique of wrestling, which is, it's here and there, but sometimes nowhere. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I'm lost. I'm trying to pay attention to your lessons in there. It's all, a lot of it goes over my head.
You read between the lines all the time. You can find it. Fast is too fast, slow is too slow. How can you see anything if your eyes are closed, you morons?
It was great. It was great to sit in there and soak in some of your knowledge over today, and just constant lessons like this and this, and pointing out little things to all the students. What's some of the main things you would have for, say, somebody out there who's interested in getting into wrestling? Any words for them?
Be prepared for what you're getting yourself into. Physically, mind, body, and soul. Just because you see it on TV, just you think you can do it, that doesn't mean you could do it. The first time you get punched in the mouth, how are you going to react? You're gonna love it. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna cry. You know, if you fail a test, you come back. Like, there's so many ways to learning things, you know. Find a way to learn your way, but respect the ways that, you know, brought you to where this is, right?
For sure, definitely. Yeah, now, what are some of the aspects of pro wrestling that drew you into it when you first discovered pro wrestling?
I was lucky enough. All right, so my grandfather used to watch Benny Hill. So Benny Hill used to be a character that used to chase, you know, half-naked ladies around TV back in the day. And my mother said, turn that shit off. And when he did, he put on wrestling. So right then and there, I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome. You know, and, you know, was blessed from then on. For real blessed from then on. You know, I watched Jimmy Snuka get hit in the head with the coconut live on TV. You know what I'm saying? Where I was in a maze, you know, sniffles, teary-eyed, whatever, my hero. And my grandfather telling me, you know, don't worry, boy, he'll get him. He'll get his revenge. And he did get his revenge. And to maybe like, I don't know, 15 years later or so, I was the one that hit Jimmy Snuka in the back. And I made that kid in the front row cry. So, you know, besides goosebumps of, you know, my grandfather seeing that and all that, you know, it's full circle with wrestling and magic in some way. It's the way, you know, you appreciate it and treat it. Because a lot of people, you know, they don't treat it well. You know, like life, right? Spoiled.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't earn it, or yeah, like you said, they expect it to be easier. Hey, it looks, oh, they're just doing that. That doesn't really hurt or anything. And then to really get slammed or take a bump and realize, you know, what all these guys are going through, or to see stuff go wrong with somebody, even just a real basic move. I've always had, you know, the utmost respect, and that's why I haven't, you know, stepped into the ring or done anything like that yet. Like, I still have that respect. Try to purvey that through a state of pro wrestling. And another thing we try to focus in on is just.
I appreciate that, because you say you're not going to get in there because you appreciate what we do and
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
as easy
yeah.
and all that. I wish more people would think
Got-
like you before they enter. This way they would appreciate when they leave. You're supposed to go in somebody and come out somebody different. If you keep on coming out the same, how are you different? How are you learning? If you can't take something you learn and bring it somewhere else to make somebody else better or open our eyes to a different way, you know, what are you learning? How are you helping? Right?
Totally lost where
I'm
I was
sorry,
going
but I just
now.
had to, because I'm telling you, man, you know, there's a lot of unappreciated people that take advantage of my magical business. It just hurts me, you know, like I said, you know,
Even tonight.
24 years.
Even tonight, getting to sit in, you know, and making sure it was okay and everything, and just, just having that respect for pro wrestling. And now, in all your years here at East Coast Professional Wrestling Training Facility, what's been some of your favorite memories or students that have passed through here?
All right, so you got Devin Storm, who's Crowbar, WCW, right? Hardcore champ and all that. He came from here.
All right.
You know,
Nice.
I know he wrestled, I believe, Iron Mike Sharps too, but if you see his pictures up here, because he, you know, respects Gino too. Little Guido,
All right.
you know what I'm saying? Damian Stone, you know, and hear how I was lucky to see those guys train here and then go from, you know, indies to bitter indies to bigger to ECW, WCW, WWF. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's super cool. You know, to me, you know, that's super cool, you know. You know, here's, you know, Kodiak Bear, who did stuff in, you know, WWE, Executioner over here, Rocky Jones, you know, even Gino. Those guys did stuff with Hulk Hogan. You can look up pictures with them, like next to Hulk Hogan. They were the, you know, they were the baby faces back then. You know, the Italian guys and all that. You know, they were, you know.
Northeast area.
Yeah, and they used to go to Hawaii, Hacksaw Jim Duggan and all that. So to listen to those stories is like so cool, you know. What are stories now with indie guys? Where'd you go? Down the block last week and I wrestled my friend. So that's the difference.
Guys are growing, like you said, growing step by step.
Yes,
Kinda,
yes.
Like this weekend, we were able to come out here and see Airwolf, like a kid who's growing up, you know, started training when he was about 15
Yeah.
and just got a contract with MLW and got to wrestle Ray Phoenix.
Yeah.
And it was just super exciting. Yeah, seeing those baby steps.
Awesome. No, little baby steps for certain people, you know, everything is cool. You know, a lot of people struggle to get to where they're at. And even people that get handed stuff, if you're humble enough to appreciate and accept it and all that, that's a great feeling too. You know, like I said, low key, Homicide, the Hit Squad, You know, those guys in '96, you know, those guys built Ring of Honor too. You know, like a lot of people don't know, maybe, I don't know if they know history or too much history, but, you know, Homicide's like the godfather of, you know, the godfather man of Ring of Honor.
All right.
So, you know, low key, you know, there was a lot of guys that helped out a lot of different ways and where they went to, right?
Interesting. And they all came from this area.
Jay Lethal, Jersey All Pro, helped Jay Lethal when he first came.
Wrestled a pretty big match.
Madison Square Garden. They had some fucking cool shit for a 16-year-old kid to win a contest in Bayonne, to get to work and get trained by guys that physically put him to each test so he could do these things today. You know what I'm saying? 16 years old, getting clotheslined by Homicide, having boogers coming out of your nose and snots and guys like that, like, you know what I'm saying? So when you think of, wow, this guy could do that, there's reasons why. It's not because he was, you know, program built. He was programmably built, right?
Yeah, each step of the way, each moment of the journey, you know, it prepares you for that next step. You know, I believe in that. You know, or just different lessons along the way. Now, how do you feel about the current state of pro wrestling? Or do you keep up with anything?
You know, I keep up with some. I listen to hear about what's going on. You know, whatever, you know, they put on the JLTV that the warden lets us watch. We can check things out, or, you know, when we're smuggling in the phones, we can see things. Just different. The world is different, right? The world is different. When I was growing up, my father used to whoop my ass when I did wrong. Does that happen today? Where did that timeout come from? Timeout corner. From somebody who abused power instead of teaching knowledge. Right?
Yeah, definitely a different age and different time now, and even like what worked even like 10 years now, you know.
They couldn't. Even words. You can't even say words nowadays that, you know,
offended by
sue you. They'll sue you and this and that, like, you know, I don't know. It's just different, you know, softer. I think super soft.
And any words for the fans out there of Crazy Island?
Listen up. I don't even know what to say. I'm lying. Wrestling is a beautiful sport. It's magic. Everything about it is explosive. If you want to do it, prepare for it. Learn from the old cats. Learn from somebody who's been up and down the road. Learn mistakes. Have fun. Be prepared for anything. Crazy guys, big guys, little guys, just be prepared. This interview, how'd you like the interview? Good?
Very cool, very cool. I think that's your parole officer down there. We better get going. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Just chilling right there on the edge of time.
Hello, it's me, Orange Cassidy, and you're listening to
Red light on, baby. Old Master here. Checking in State of Pro Wrestling. It's Master approved, big dog. Check that out right now. 10 out of 10 stars on that. What's that, Meltzer? Fuck Meltzer, baby. Old Master approved, big dog. Whoo.